Hey, yo, what up? And this is Worst to Least Worst, presented by Hoops FYI. And today we're going to take a look at the Spurs' franchise record 18 straight losses, reviewing the final score point differentials from worst to the least worst. Before we jump into the video, make sure you bless the page by clicking the subscribe button, pull up a seat, grab a drink, a snack, join us on our other media outlets, TikTok, Instagram, and become a member at hoops.fyi. And be sure to get in the comments section to voice your thoughts. And now that we have all of that out of the way, let's do a quick recap. This past Friday, December 15th, the Spurs snapped the 18-game losing streak, which is their longest losing streak in franchise history and first victory since November 2nd, placing them in last place in the Western Conference. And even though that's an embarrassing, frustrating losing streak nobody wants to be a part of, it's actually not the current longest losing streak in the NBA at the time of this recording. That actually belongs to the Detroit Pistons with 22 losses, and it will probably be 23 losses by the time this recording releases. The largest point differential during this streak was a loss by 41 points. The smallest, 2 points. The average, roughly around 12 points, with an average score of approximately 125 to 113. The losing streak lasted a total of 40 days from November 5th to December 15th against a total of 16 opponents. The Spurs actually played the Clippers and the Minnesota Timberwolves twice during that stretch. 10 of the 18 games are home games, while the other 8 were away games. The last loss they suffered on December 13th was to the team they beat to break the streak, the Lakers. And with the groundwork set, let's jump into the scores. Coming in at number 18, the largest point differential during that losing streak was a game against the Indiana Pacers on November 6th. The score was 152 to 111. The point differential was 41 points. Coming in at number 17 was a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder on November 14th with a score of 123 to 87 with a point differential of 36 points. Coming in at number 16 was a home game against the Clippers on November 20th. That score was 124 to 199. The point differential, 25 points. Coming in at number 15 was an away game against the New York Knicks. That occurred on November 8th. The score, 126, 105. Differential, 21 points. At number 14, another away game against the New Orleans Pelicans on December 1st. Score, 121, 106. Point differential, 15 points. Coming in at number 13, a home game against the Memphis Grizzlies on November 18th. The score, 120 to 108. Differential, 12 points. The next game, coming in at number 12, was an away game against the Denver Nuggets on November 26th. The score, 132 to 120, and that point differential was also 12 points. Coming in at number 11, another away game, but this time against the Houston Rockets on December 11th. The score, 93-82. Point differential, 11 points. Coming in at number 10, a home game against the Sacramento Kings on November 17th. The score, 129-120. Point differential, 9 points. At number 9, the Chicago Bulls, a home game on December 8th. Score, 121-112. Point differential, also 9 points. Coming in at number 8, we have an away game against the Minnesota Timberwolves on December 6th. The score, 102-94. Point differential, 8. And at number 7, another game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but this time it's at home, and it was on November 10th. The score, 117-110. Point differential, 7. So that makes for number 12, we had a 12-point differential. And number 11, we had 11-point differential. Number 9, we had a 9-point differential. Number 8, a 8-point differential. And then number 7, a 7-point differential. Funny. Coming in at number 6, another game against the Clippers, another home game against the Clippers, which occurred on November 22nd. The score, 109-102. Point differential, also 7 points. And then coming in at number 5, which occurred on November 5th, which was a home game against the Toronto Raptors, the score was 123-116. Point differential, also 7. So from 7, 6 to 5, the point differential was all 7. So technically they were tied, but I'm going to give Toronto the 5th because that was an overtime game. Now coming in at number 4, we have the Golden State Warriors. This was an away game on November 24th. The result, 118-112. Point differential, 6. And now coming into number 3, the top 3, at number 3, we have a home game against the Miami Heat. And this occurred on November 12th. The score, 118-113. Point differential, 5. And then number 2, another home game, but this time it was against the Lakers. This was a game that occurred right before they broke the streak on December 13th. And the score for this was 122-119. Point differential, 3. And then the smallest point differential during their 18-game losing streak was the Atlanta Hawks, which was a home game on November 30th. That score, 137-135. Point differential, 2 points. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening to another episode of Worst to Least Worst by Hoops FYI. Before you get up out of here, remember to hit the subscribe button, like, voice your opinion in the comments section, your thoughts, and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe to the community at hoops.fyi. Until next time, peace.